Hi, ladies. Good morning. So it's Monday. I have a cold. My child brought it home from school for me. Thank you very much, Benjamin Allen. You know, when they start going to school, it's not just weird things that they bring home in their pockets that you have to pull out at the end of the day. It seems to be lots of germs. And I have it. So, alright, so I'm going to touch base this episode on some of the main things that you guys have emailed me about this past week. The three main things that you guys have touched base with me about are my PSA video about things that you do not do on social media, Nicole Arbour and her being a crazy bitch, and the blog that I just did with Bianca Bombshell about abusive relationships. So, bear with me and my scratchy throat. So my PSA video, I just did kind of on a whim. I thought it would be funny. People are such jerks on social media. They suck. It's just like Tiki says on my page, talk about social media trolls. It doesn't really matter if they're people you don't know or people that are on your friends list. People are just jerks. And they use it's my opinion, to be total a-holes, and that's not cool in my opinion. It's not cool to use your opinion to completely attack somebody and treat them like they're not a human being. I have my opinion. People on my friends list all have their own opinion. But the difference between me and a troll is that I am a grown-ass woman who does not treat people like they're idiots and that they're worthless just because our opinions aren't the same. You know, if you can't have a mature debate and say, well, this is how I feel about it and this is how you feel about it and we don't agree about it, but hey, we're human and I respect the fact that you feel the way you do and you respect the way I feel about the way I do. So I kind of just made the video because I was just tired. I was sitting there and I was like, this idea popped into my head. Let's just do this real silly, campy, like, you know, mid-century, funny, social media video. And people are asking me, well, is this scripted? How did you come up with this? And I'm like, I turned my camera on and I was like, and that's what came out. But the turnout of that video, it's been shared like over 1,000 times. You guys are really enjoying it. It kind of gave you guys that oomph, that positive energy, and it's like, yeah, social media trolls suck. Let's move on with our lives. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I just wanted to make you guys laugh. Looks like I did. So thanks for thinking it's cool, because it was just something silly I wanted to do. So the next thing is Nicole Arbour, who seems to have been taking over social media over the past 2 weeks. So Nicole Arbour came out of nowhere. And now her career is pretty much done because she's a jerk face. So, I shared a video that Nicole Arbour had made. I didn't know who she was. I really don't think anybody knew who she was. About Instagram models. Now, most of the video I didn't agree with. And instead of sharing it because of the one point that she made that I agreed with, I should have just made my own. I don't know what I was thinking. Because too much of what she said in that Instagram model video was harmful and negative, and me being me, I was just like, oh, that's a positive point, that's awesome, girls need to know about that. And I'm like, why did I share Nicole Arbour's video when I could have just made my own? I think Nicole Arbour had a lot of potential in the beginning. I think that she could have been funny, and she could have made some really entertaining posts for all of us to enjoy, but she pretty much tried to knock off what Jenna Marbles is doing. I even noticed all of a sudden the streak in her hair that Jenna Marbles was doing before she just went all one color. But see, the thing about Jenna Marbles is that she's funny, and she's just herself, and she doesn't attack people while being a hypocrite and then using them to get attention. Right? So Nicole Arbour comes out of nowhere attacks women and tells them not to over-sexualize themselves while her boobs are out the whole time. Then she says, don't be an internet model, a social media Instagram model. Don't use yourself to hawk stuff just to get free stuff while she's hawking stuff on her social media. Hypocrite much? And then she yells at people for hashtagging their rebuttal videos about her things she wants to say to fat people. So when people Google her, they find their videos too, and they're riding her coattails to get more likes and views. And I'm like, girlfriend, you literally picked the one topic you knew would get you massive amounts of attention. And you, being egotistical and cocky, thinking that you were hilarious, thought that people were going to share it and you were going to get so much attention that people were going to laugh at you and think you were awesome. But instead, you got fired from your job and people hate your guts now. What were you thinking? How are you going to use the one topic that you know is going to get you attention and not even care about the people that you're crushing or hurting? Like, I am more than aware that everybody's probably a little over all this body shaming, and we all are, so stop doing it. I'm tired of being told that I look like a 12-year-old boy and I'm not a real woman because I'm skinny, and then you have other girls who are tired of being told that they're fat pigs and they need to lose weight. If everybody would just drop it, we would be fine, and we wouldn't have to listen to stupid people like Nicole Arbour with her boobs out trying to get attention and then yelling at people who put their boobs out trying to get attention. So I really don't. I unfollowed her. I apologize for sharing the Instagram model video because my main thing about that video was she had made a point of saying, don't just use your sexual nature for attention. Realize that you're more than that. If you want to be sexy and embrace being sexy and post a picture because you feel like you're sexy, I am all for it. Do you. Be happy. Embrace yourself. If you're feeling sexy and you want to capture that moment and put an awesome filter over it and put it on Instagram with hashtag doing me, sexy beast, do it. I don't care. But realize that you are more than just a sexual persona. A lot of women and even men out there sometimes feel that that's all they have to give to people. And I know this not because it's my opinion, but also because I've counseled with a lot of young women who think that that's all that they have to offer to men. They're not going to like me, so I'm just going to sexually do things to get attention. You're more than that. Be more than that. Be sexy, but be a boss bitch as well, because you can be. You're meant for amazing things. Don't sell yourself short. So when I had heard the one thing that she'd said in that video that stood out to me, for some reason my mind was like, I don't care about anything else she has to say. This is a point. I should have just made my own video. So I apologize for sharing the negativity that is Nicole Arbour, and if I offended you, I'm sorry. I stopped following her, I unliked her page, and now I'm just tired of hearing about her. So she'll disappear like everybody else on social media that thinks that they are better than other human beings in the world. So, alright, the next thing that you guys messaged me a lot about was the fact that I just, the other day, me and Bianca Bombshell, who I've known for about 5 years over social media, she's a pretty famous model throughout Canada and kind of all over the place. I mean, the girl is everywhere. She always has been. She's helped me from day one. I'm very appreciative to know her not only as a friend, but as somebody that has given me a lot of advice in the industry. So when I had posted something on social media that really hit close to home for me, she reached out to me and said, you know, I recently was in the same type of situation. I want to write a blog about it to kind of help other people in the situation. Do you feel comfortable with doing it with me? Now, I've been debating for a long time to do something based off of this because it's something very new that I went through. So I did it. It was scary, but I did it. a lot of you who have been following me for several years will remember things like me posting about being married, things like that. And a little over a year ago, a friend sent me a screenshot of Google, and it was, he said, so I type in your name, The Vintage Doll, and he said the very first thing that pops down that's most Googled is the Vintage Doll's husband. And I was laughing because I was like, oh, people are catching on. And it was new when my relationship had come to an end, and a lot of people, I was getting emails from people, I'm sorry, but I want to ask, you know, where's your husband? Where's this? What's going on? And I just kind of ignored things. A few women came to me and they were like, hey, they were ones that I've known for a while and I opened up to, but I wanted to definitely use my situation to help others, because I wanted to make a video just only about this, and I probably still will, but because it came up this week on a blog, I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Abusive relationships come in many forms. A lot of people automatically assume abuse as physical, but there is mental and emotional and verbal, and there's manipulation and controlling. There's a lot of different elements to abusive relationships, and if you're anything like me, I got into this relationship when I was a baby. I was 16. It was the first relationship I'd ever been in. And from then on out, you know, you're with somebody for so long and you learn certain things, and it's kind of a brainwashing thing. I didn't realize I was in an abusive relationship until I got out of it. And now, as things move on and I'm no longer in it, and I look back at situations and people ask me questions and I reevaluate, it's amazing how abusive my relationship was. It's amazing the things that I ignored and made excuses for. And it's amazing how little I thought of myself because of how somebody else made me feel. So this is hard to talk about face-to-face, face-to-camera with people. I haven't talked about it. It's easy to type something out that I know somebody's gonna read, but when people are looking at me, it's a really hard thing to talk about. Bianca and I struggled so much in our relationships, both with people we loved and people in the industry, as she explains in her blog, that we knew that we needed to share our stories to help other people. One of the things that people say to me now is how different I am and how much happier I seem and how I just have this light about me. And Bianca used something that I said in my blog as the caption or the title of what she wrote. I wasn't living. In an abusive relationships, you're not living, you're just breathing. You just wake up every day and you have to keep breathing because you don't think that there's anything else out there for you. Somebody that you've loved and trusted so much and you've given every part of yourself to, and you just want them to give it back. And all they do is keep taking. I got to the point where I didn't have anything left. I didn't have anything left of me. I didn't have anything left to give. But I knew that I had 2 babies that needed me to keep breathing. So I did. And it took almost 10 years for me to realize that I was worth more than that I was always worth more than that, and it was never gonna matter what I did or what I said. I was never gonna be enough because he'd already taken everything. So I had to get to the point where you stand up for yourself and you realize eventually you're not gonna want to keep breathing anymore. And that's a dangerous place to be. It's a really dangerous place to be. And when you have children that are counting on you, or just yourself, because just you is enough to get out of that relationship, you have to stand up for yourself. And it's scary. It's really scary. And I still remember laying in bed saying to myself, what did you do? You know, you can't leave. You're nothing. You don't know how to survive. You're not smart enough. You've done nothing with your life. You've been nothing. You have nothing to offer anyone. You're an empty shell that is only alive because you have two little people who expect you to stay breathing. So I had to push past that phase. And I had to get angry. I had to get angry over how I was treated. And I had to push forward. And I did a lot of crying, and I did a lot of screaming. And it was, and still is, a process. You know, an almost 10-year relationship I've been out of for almost 2. Every day is a learning experience. And I'm learning how beautiful life is. I'm learning how beautiful people are, because I was not allowed to interact or appreciate things that the world has to offer. And now that I am, it's like color is more vibrant, and the sun is more beautiful, and I really appreciate everything that the world has to offer. And love is beautiful. Love is beautiful, and love can save your life. But you have to get away from a love that you're just trying to survive before you can find what love is actually supposed to be. So you can do it. You can find happiness, and it's going to be more amazing than you ever thought it could be, because you haven't even experienced it a little bit yet. But you're worth so much in this world, and if somebody isn't showing you that, it's not a love that you want. If you are strictly surviving love and strictly waking up, just breathing, there's more for you. And I can tell you from personal experience, because it's something that I've been through. And Bianca and I really wanted to use what we had been through, because we know that there's so many other people out there that are trying to survive it, and there's so many women out there that are just breathing, and so many men out there that are just breathing that deserve more than that. And we wanted to use what we've been through to possibly help bring the life and love back into your life. So I think one of the most beautiful things that I've seen so far is the comments. The comments of people supporting each other and sharing their stories and commenting back on other people's stories and lifting them up. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But it was really hard. It was really hard putting into words. You think you're over something, you know? Putting into words just a little bit of what I've been through, it was just scratching the surface, really. I don't want to say too much, but it's worth doing. It's worth this emotion. If I can help you guys with what I went through, and I know that Bianca had the same feeling. I know that she had the same emotion, and she's so beautiful, and her heart, believe it or not, Bianca's heart is even more beautiful than she is on the outside, which is, Bianca's stunning, and to have a heart even more beautiful than that blows my mind. She's an amazing person, and she just wanted to use what she had gone through to help you guys. If our pain can turn into something positive, we're all about that, because we love you guys. And every situation that we've been through, you guys support us. We put something out on our page that's not necessarily always what's going on in our personal lives, and you guys are always there to push us through. I went through something horrible with my ex several years ago that you guys were there supporting me through, and then this last time you guys were there supporting me. So you guys help us and we want to help you back, and I really hope that our blog kind of showed you guys that you're worth more, and we love you. We do love you guys so much. So there's that. I'm gonna do a video on relationships. I think that it'll help people, but I did want to touch base on that because I know you guys had really were shocked kind of at what I had to say, so I just wanted to touch base on that. I'm okay. I'm okay now. I'm so okay now, and it blows my mind that I'm here, because I never thought that I was gonna be here, but I am. So okay, let's talk about some of the things you guys posted in the comments on my page, and then I'll wrap up this video. So let's see, I know you ladies want me to talk about winter looks, which I'll do in a video for you guys. It's going to be a bigger video though, so it's going to take more time. Social media, it could be good, it could be bad, it depends on how you take it. Do I like popcorn? Yes, Gilbert, I love popcorn, it's delicious. Coffee? TJ Walker, you know I love coffee. The proper way to eat pizza. Well, Eddie, I'm gonna show you. You take your pizza and you look at the beautiful specimen before you, and you appreciate it. You appreciate that beautiful specimen of pizza, and then you eat it. You eat it and you enjoy it, and you don't think twice about it, and then you move on a much more positive and happy person, I'll tell you what. So, hair. Let's see, Eric wants to talk about hair because he's undecided on how he wants his now. Well, you're a dude. You only have so many options, man. I'm sorry. You could grow it out and learn how to do victory rolls. The importance of self-love and positive thinking. The importance of self-love and positive thinking is the fact that without that, your life will be very depressing. Life is beautiful, and whatever you are on the inside, you're going to portray on the outside, so you really need to focus on being a very happy, healthy person. There's going to be ups and downs. We all struggle. We all have things that make us unhappy. We all have situations that we don't necessarily like. It's how you address them. If you allow things to destroy your world, you're always going to be unhappy. You need to love yourself, love others, and walk a positive life, because without that, you're going to miss out on everything. Be a positive Polly. It's negative Nancy. Let's see. Some really random things on here. I don't know, guys. I'm a little set off from my cry fest. Weather's changing. You know, fall's coming. We all enjoy fall. Halloween's coming. You guys all love Halloween. And the world is great. We're people, and we're here, and we're living it. And there's always going to be trolls like Nicole Arbour, and there's always going to be jerk exes. It's how you move forward with your life that matters. Stop caring about what other people think. Stop taking to heart opinions that don't matter in your life. Be happy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have an amazing life. So that's what was intended for you. So I've been talking for almost 25 minutes. After I start editing, it'll be longer. Thank you for sticking with me. Remember that you guys are in control of the days that fill your week. Make them amazing and help others make theirs amazing too. Because sometimes you're going to be the reason why somebody else's life turns for the positive. I'd much rather be the person that makes somebody smile and think highly of themselves than the reason why they cut themselves or don't leave their house. I love you guys' faces. Thank you for loving my back. Bye guys, see you next Monday.